Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again.
Hello, Venerable Sir. Hello, Venerable Sir.
Nice.
Oh, what a respect.
Nice. Nice to see everyone again. And we can start with meditation right away. So we can sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect, side cast down. And in our minds, voicelessly, we can make the first determination from now on. For 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And we can allow all of the body parts to be changing, to be the way they are. All of the body parts are impermanent. In the same way, there is no body part that would be more permanent and as we allow the body to be the way it is, as we give it the freedom, we ourselves achieve freedom from worry about the body. So let's enjoy our freedom. Let's enjoy and curiously observe our peace. Now, as we have achieved peace for ourselves, we can share it with other living beings. So in our minds, voicelessly, we can wish, we can allow. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And we can take one more minute during which we will not move at all and curiously observe the peace and the mind. Okay, very well. So I'm now taking your what's that called? Attendance. So please everybody make sure that you come for our class. The attendance sheet will be available will be available to you all. So if I missed to say that you have attended the class, then you simply please um, inform me that you actually attended the class. All right. Technical problem. Let me see if I can resolve it. I probably can resolve it easily. So just a moment, I'll be taking the attendance. All right. Sure, did you attend our class last week? Did you come last week?
No.
Yes. And Yamo?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. So last week we were talking about the plans that are coming up. So we will be following the Dhammapada as you were already following Dhammapada with me, right? You already read the introduction? Okay. So that's nothing special for you. You will just continue in that because this is very well done. We have started the Dhammapada in a very nice time. So we'll just continue doing the same thing. And therefore for you actually there is no difference. And so you did not miss out much. A very important thing is the attendance and the system. So now we are no more a kind of like free group who are just meeting people and talking Dhamma, and that's like this for life. Instead, now I have, because some of you are new and you're missing what was happening in the past, and some of you are experienced, and that would be boring for you if I repeated what I said in the past. But Yamo, did you read with me the book What the Buddha Taught?
I don't think I did.
And Pure, did you read with me the book What the Buddha Taught?
I'm not sure.
Yes, you would probably remember because it's a difficult book. It's not a big one, but it's a difficult book to read. So you'd probably remember. All right. This book needs to be read. But Yamon, did you read with me the book The Teenage Brain?
Yes, I finished that book.
Great. And Pure?
Yes, me too.
Okay. So I will ask the others to make sure. Lenghom, did you read with me the book What the Buddha Taught?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Aomao?
No, not yet.
Uh-huh. And Yaza, you did, right? You read with me the book, right? Yes. And Sandy, you also?
I'm not certain.
You're not sure. Yaza, do you think that Sandy read with us the book or not? I think you read it together, all three, right?
I'm pretty sure both of us read the book.
Yeah, okay. What about Tiha? Do you think Tiha could be coming to one of our classes?
Shimhya Tiha is in college now, and he will not be joining anymore.
Uh-huh. What does that mean? How old is he?
He is 19.
Oh, he's 19. Okay, well, if he doesn't want to join.
He doesn't live with us anymore. He's over at college.
Oh,
he
he
moved
lives.
to another city.
Okay. Well, if he wants to join, I'll be happy to have him here. If he doesn't, well, then he doesn't. Okay.
Yes, Shimpia.
We have, however, Mamyake, we have a class. It's a kind of like class. It's a kind of meeting that's for people from all around the world. We talk there in English, and we are about 3 people there. Not many people at all. Actually, together we are about 4 people, sometimes 3. If Tiha would like to join that class, it's a class for adults who are interested in Buddha's teachings. Okay, the people there are already educated, they have their jobs, they have their things. It's just a few people. We are starting that group, we have started recently. So there are not many people, but they have nice Dhamma questions, and we are discussing the Dhamma, we are discussing meditation and a lot of interesting things. And they're asking me, these controversial things and, very, very interesting things about Dhamma. So Tiha may like to consider that group. But now I'm realizing that the time of the group is insane for Tiha because it's at 5 a.m. on Sunday. So that is one thing. Also, there is one more opportunity which makes a little more sense, not much more though, and that's our Sutta Nipata class. Sutta Nipata is a book in our Buddhist scriptures. It's a little book, but very powerful. And we study the commentary. That means what the ancient monks wrote about this book to explain the matter of the book. The commentary is big. It has over 1,000 pages. All right, and we read this we study this commentary, and we meet every week on Saturday at 7 a.m. of your time. Okay, I don't know, you're West Coast, right? Can you please remind me, where do you live?
We are in East Coast, Shimpia.
Where do you live?
We are in New York time, Shimpia. We are East Coast.
Is that East Coast? I would call that the West Coast because it's closer to Japan. California is further from Japan,
no,
so I would call that
we
the
are
East.
closer to Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you are closer to the Czech Republic than California. It's like that. So from my point of view, you are actually, so from my understanding, you are west because you are on the way to Japan. You're like, or on the way to the Czech Republic, sorry. You're closer to the Czech Republic than the East Coast. In terms of the time zone, you are closer to the Czech Republic in terms of the time zone than California, which is further from the Czech time. And it's also further from the Japanese time. New York is closer to the Japanese time than actually California. So in terms of the time zone, you are actually West Coast, and California is East Coast. So that's how I call it. So next time when you see them saying West Coast, East Coast, then that's the meaning, because it's the time zone. According to the time zone, you are actually further from Japan. I know that you can go the other way to Japan, but the time zone doesn't work like that. Japan is extremely different, Japan is all the way around the globe. And so when the sun is setting in Japan, it is when it is rising in Japan, it is setting in your country. You're both looking at the sun from totally different sides, But it doesn't count. It doesn't count like that it's close to the U.S. Japan is taken like all the way around the globe in terms of the time zone. Okay, so you are in. I again forgot it. Where are you? You're in New York.
I'm same time with New York. Shimpia.
Same time, but where are you? Where do you
We
live?
are in Vienna, Virginia, Shimpia.
In Virginia. Okay, so okay, Virginia. So you're close to my university.
Yes, that's the same state with the Liberty University. Shimpia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I realize. So then where is the college of Tiha?
Tiha is Williamsburg, Shimpia. It's William and Mary, Shimpia.
I don't know that. What's the state?
It's in Virginia also, Shimpia.
Also
it's
in
a different
Virginia.
city.
Okay. Okay, okay. Now, I don't know the cities in the US. I've been in the US one time for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so I don't know much about US cities.
It's about about 2 hours driving distance south of where we live.
Okay, okay, nice. So, not sure whether Diha would be enthusiastic to wake up at 7 a.m. on Saturday, but if he were, he can join our Sutta Nipata class. It is in Vietnamese with English translation. So he would be also listening to some Vietnamese, but everything that's said is translated into English. I don't know Vietnamese, and I'm the teacher of the class. So everything there is in English. All right, and it's very interesting because there's a lot of new knowledge that you will probably never hear anywhere. We are going very deep, deep, deep into the scriptures. So there are interesting things, controversial things. So that's what we would have. These two opportunities definitely are there, but unfortunately the time zone is not very successful. So either 5 a.m. on Sunday or 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Yes, I will let Bihan know of the at least 7 a.m. class it should be.
Yes, yes, you can tell him. I'm sure that he would learn a lot of interesting things. What we do in the Sutta Nipata class, it takes 1.5 hours. We first I first give 3 refuges and 5 precepts. Then we meditate 15 minutes, and then we discuss the book. So he can join us for meditation. He can take the precepts. Sometimes we take 8 precepts though, and he can learn a lot of very interesting things from our ancient scriptures. Very interesting things. And he can of course ask any questions there. Usually we don't have much time because there's so much of reading we need to do. We are the students do not do any assignment. The participants don't do any homework. There is no assignment at all. I have the assignment. I have to prepare because it's a commercial book, and I cannot share the book with them, and it's quite expensive, so I cannot expect everybody to buy the book. So I'm the only person who reads the commentary, the book. I highlight some important points, and then I talk about those points, and we go gradually further and further in the book, and I explain those important points that I highlighted as I was reading the portion. So Tiha would not be doing any homework, no assignment at all. He would be just coming, meditating with us, listening to something interesting, and if he has any questions, he can ask. Okay? All right. So then that means that you will need to read the What the Buddha Taught book in addition to our reading of this year if you do not want to go to grade 1. And I would like to keep you here. That means I'm talking to Lenghom, Yamo, Pshu, and Aomao. I would like to keep you here first because the grade 1 for some of you is a little bit uncomfortable time because it's in the morning, especially I think Aomao, right? Aomao, you're in California. It's at 7 a.m. So, and it's just a little book. It has about 60 pages. All right. So I would expect that for you 60 pages within 3 weeks you can have it done. And that's all what's the basics. We will of course do some more things in grade 4. It's called grade 4. I have it here as grade 1. So there will be a lot of other things, but I think you already have heard them. You probably have seen the lectures on prevention of suicide. Have you seen it? Almo, have you seen the lectures? You have seen it, Yamo? Have you seen them? You haven't seen them? Well, anyway, it's worth it to see it again and again and again. I have permission from the company to show you the video anyway. So we'll probably see it again. We will be doing some things there, but I think they are not essential. And there's also next year. Next year there will be some more information. So gradually you will get the basics anyway. The book. The book is for free and it's easy to download. It's easy to get. And so I wish that you get it right now. I will send you the link to the book. Okay. So I'm sending it to you in the chat box. Please open it. As soon as you open it, please raise your hand. Yaza, Sandy, can you please raise your hand right away because you have read the book, so it's not confusing. And every one of you who click on the link and you already see it open up, please raise your hand also. Sure, seems like you're struggling with that. Perfect. So now everybody can put your hand down, please. This book has about 60 pages. If you can read 20 pages a week, then it's done. Now, before we get to that, I will ask you to read your notes from the last chapters in The Teenage Brain. Almo, did you finish successfully The Teenage Brain?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Perfect. Did you also write some notes from the last few lectures?
Not yet.
Not yet. Do you have at least one note from the last lectures you have read the last few weeks? The last 1 week? Or at least underlined, something underlined, whatever is
From the
there.
Teenage Brain.
Excuse me?
From the Teenage Brain.
Yes.
I can't find my notes yet. Oh, got it. Both boys and girls show large swings in their emotional behavior during adolescence.
Something more? Something else? That was too short.
What scientists do know is that the brain at any time in its life, but especially during adolescence, is a product of both nature and nurture.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Langham, which chapters did you finish the book, and which chapters did you read the last week?
I finished the book. Chapter 17.
Okay. Do you have some note? Read for us something.
Statistics seem to bear out the underlying insecurity of young adulthood. A third of Americans in their 20s move every year, and 40% move back in with their parents at least once after college.
Perfect. Yes, that's a very important thing. Yamo, did you already finish the Teenage Brain? Oh, Yamo and Pure, of course you did. Sorry, that's fine. Sandy, did you already finish the Teenage Brain book? Okay, and Yaza also, right? Oh, you're all from the New York class, now I realize. Okay, that's good. So this is pretty nice. Okay. Then I would like to continue in our Dhammapada commentary. So those of you who have not read the book with me yet, see if you can read 20 pages. It's a hard reading, not easy reading. You will probably not understand some of the words. Underline them. I can explain to you everything and anything in the book. Doesn't make any sense that you will just pass over and you will not care at all. No, just ask me. I will be most happy to explain to you any word, any sentence, any concept that you find there and that you're not clear or that you disagree with. I may not be able to make you agree, but I may be able to explain you how the people understood it at those times, so that you at least understand why other people believe it or accept it. Okay? So if you find there's something that you don't like or something that you don't understand, nicely underline it or write it down somewhere and ask me the next time. So that's 20 pages within 3 weeks. I'd like to see you have it done so that you have only as much homework as the others. All right, so that's 20 pages there, and we will end plus the first story of Dhammapada commentary. Langhom, do you already have the Dhammapada commentary book?
Not yet.
Not yet. Amo, do you have it?
No.
Not yet. Okay. The remaining 4 people, Yaza, Pyo, Sandi, Yamo, can you just nod that you have it? Okay, nice. Pyo, I don't see Pyo, but I believe that he's nodding also. And so for Amo and Langhom, I will send you the link. That book is also for free. So let me see if I can upload it in the chat box. So we are reading this book and we are already somewhere on the page 100 or 110. But the first about 100 pages are introduction. Langhom and Aomao needs to read the introduction, but you don't have to do it now. Now you need to read what the Buddha taught. Okay, that's the priority. Just please read 20 pages of what the Buddha taught. Make sure you note down something interesting, something you want to remember, you know it, so that you can share it with us the next week. You will not be reading the introduction. You will skip the introduction and you start by the first story. I will tell you the name of the story and I will actually show it to you right away. So, the first story in PDF starts in page 98. Okay, PDF page 98, book page 2. PDF page 98, book page 2. It is the story 1-1. Alright, chapter 1, story 1. Only this one. Okay, it is just this one story. It is long. It is long. It is about, well, it's not so long, but it's relatively long. So it is 13 pages long. It's a story. It's like Harry Potter, except that unlike Harry Potter, who usually people don't believe it's fabricated, this story is believed to be truth by millions of people. That's the difference between the story and Harry Potter. Otherwise, it's very similar. I know that may sound like a joke, but I'm very serious. It's very similar in the style, in the weirdness, in the incredibleness, and in the moral message. Okay, so there is a strong moral message. Unlike Harry Potter, these stories provide you with information about India in the history. Real, reliable information about the culture of those times. Okay? But it is, I believe, no less interesting than Harry Potter, and it is no less incredible than Harry Potter. So that's the similarities. Okay, so it's just this one story, 13 pages, that I wish that everybody here reads. Okay, everybody please read that one single story. I would like to see from you to write the story in brief, in 3 to 5 sentences. So you will read this story, 13 pages, and you need to write 3 to 5, that means 3 or 4 or 5 sentences where you describe the story as if you talk to your friend. You remind yourself what you actually read in the story. We will then be reading our summary of that story. I will also write summary of that story. All of us will be doing the same thing. Okay? Later we will be reading more stories, and I will probably distribute the stories to you. I don't know. We will see later. Okay, we'll probably need to either distribute the stories, or all of us will have to read instead of 1, 2, or 3 stories at some times. Otherwise, we cannot finish the book this year. That's the point. Okay, we want to finish this book this year, and the book has about 1,000 pages. It has actually less than that because there will be some indexes. No index at all. It has about 1,000 pages, and there is no index at the end. So we still have about 900 pages, and we have only about let's say 45 weeks for this class. 45 lessons. So if you divide 900 by 45, you get 20. It means we need to read 20 pages at least every week. If we do not miss out any class, we probably will miss out some classes because sometimes I'll be traveling and things. So we need to read more. So I think I will be distributing the stories for you. But now, not yet. No worries. We will do this later. We start with little until Ao Mau and Leng Hom have caught up with others. I will not be distributing the stories. So that is for about next at least 8 weeks, next 2 months. Ao Mau and Leng Hom will be trying to catch up with others. I believe they can do it. If you can read 20 pages in addition to your homework, then you can do it within next 8 weeks. Because it's 60 pages plus 100 pages the introduction, 160 divided by 20 is 8, so that's 2 months. In 2 months, Aomao and Lenghom, if you do all the homework nicely, then you can nicely catch up with all others, and you don't need to worry that you have missed out anything important. So until then, I will not be distributing stories. What is to distribute stories? Well, distributing stories actually doesn't make it so much more difficult. Instead of everybody here reading the same thing, some people will be reading something and some others will be reading something else. For example, I would distribute story 1 to Yamou, Yaza, Sandi, and story 2 to Lenghom, Aomao, and Pyu. And so you would read the story that you were assigned. You can read the other story as well, but you don't have to. Then when we meet, then we will be reading our summaries from our stories. And you will be explaining your story to the others who did not read that story. So that even if they didn't read it, they will know what's going on. The thing is that I will be explaining and I will be trying to putting things right. I will be explaining contradictions, answering questions, correcting you, improving you, and so on. So in that case, it takes time. And if I distribute you several stories, well, then I will have to explain and correct more stories, and that takes more time. And we don't have that time. You see, even now we are already 1 minute over. And that's not a good thing. So I will not be distributing stories yet until Lenghom and Aomao have caught up with us. So please, Lenghom and Aomao, one way or another, please make it so that we have this done and we are all happy and together on the same level. All right? Nice. Anyone has any question about the assignment for this week? So everybody here will be reading the story 1-1, not story 1-2 or anything else, no. Lenghom, Aomao will be reading the first 20 pages of what the Buddha taught in addition to the first story. Everyone please make 3 to 5 sentences summary of the story 1. And Lenghom and Aomao, please write some sentence or something from the in addition to the summary of the first story. Write some note from the first 20 pages of the book What the Buddha Taught. So again, anyone has any question, any concerns, anything you would like to suggest, anything at all? Nothing at all. Okay. I will send you the link to the attendance, because I think I did not allow anyone to see it yet, actually. So let me do that. I have allowed commenting right now in the attendance list. All of the classes are there, so you will need to move to the tab of your attendance. All right? You cannot look at grade 1 preteens and see, oh, I'm not there. Because you're not grade 1 preteens, right? You need to click on the tab of grade 5 teens. And then you check whether you are there or not. You will probably be there at least in the column B as your name. But of course, in the date codes, you will see whether there's a tick or cross. Tick means you attended, cross means you were absent. Now the date code. I will teach you the date code. You probably can easily understand. The first two numbers is the year, second 2 numbers is the month, and the last 2 numbers, for example 19, is the day. All right, so that's the date code that I use because it's very fast and easy to understand and to work with, especially if it's a file name. It helps so much. All right, so that's it for today. I hope to see you everybody next week. I'm looking forward to hearing your summaries. Your summaries. Where will you put your summaries? That's right. Because I would like to see your summaries, and actually, I would like, if that's fine for you, I would like to publish your summaries in our website. We have now in our website a site for Jatakas, and I would like to make a website for Dhammapada. You will not be drawing, the kids are drawing Jatakas, but you will not be drawing for Dhammapada. Maybe sometime in the future we will make some improvements, but for the time being, I wish that you only write. Okay? And I will show you the website, how it looks like, so that you know what I'm talking about. It's called mangsarana.net. You can check the link. And I will show you how we have treated the Jatakas, because the Dhammapada, I'm not expecting any drawings from you. The website, the site, of course, will therefore look different. This is, by the way, our monastery in the Czech Republic. This is the apple tree in the monastery. This is the monastery little cottage, and this Vinaya Alankara Meditační Centrum, that is the Czech name of Vinaya Alankara Meditation Center of our monastery in the Czech Republic. Okay, where I'm actually an abbot. I'm the abbot of the monastery. Okay, but that's not what I wanted to show you. We have here in the second option, reading library, Jataka for kids. If you click on that, it will just throw you somewhere else in the same website, into the Jataka portion. And there you will see some stories. So far we have just 4 stories, so they like repeat. That's not a problem. We're getting more in the coming weeks. So if you click on read more, you will have the picture, the story. This is my version, but it's copy paste, so that's useless. And here are the pictures of the students. So that's what we have done with the Jatakas. We will do something similar with the Dhammapada, except that instead of pictures, we will have their text. So we will have their text. So people who would like to see the different summaries from each person of that story, the way how you have understood it, they can easily come here and they can then read the story. So these are this is what the grade 3 is doing. Now you're grade 5, so that's a different thing. But we will do something similar in the reading library, and it will be Dhammapada stories. So that's for you to know. And now what we shall do, I suggest that we make a new group in Facebook. Now we have here the group Buddhism Drawing for Kids. And I suggest that we make a group called Dhammapada Stories. And in that group, you will be commenting to the post that I make. And I will always make a post for each story. What do you think about that? You think that would be fine? You would then write your story. You can type it up on computer, and then you would just, in the comment, you would write your name and the story summary, your 3 to 5 sentences, so that everybody can read your summary as well and be inspired. And my friends who are working on this website, they can take it from there and put it in the website right away. So we do not need to contact you and, oh, where is your story? Oh, I didn't get your story, or what to do, and oh, I don't know how to send it, whatever. We don't need to do that. Simplify. I will send you the link to the Facebook group, to the new Facebook group for the Dhammapada stories. And as soon as you have your summary, you can just paste it there and you're done. And if you forget your laptop or you lose your notes or whatever, they're there in the Facebook, and they will be there in the website. So anytime we are reading it together, you just go to your Facebook comment and read it from there. So you will always have easy access to what you have written, what you've done. Any questions about that? Any concerns or difficulties? No, everything seems to be fine. Okay, I think this is really everything what I had to say. It was a pleasure to see everybody. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Bye, Venerable Sir.
Venerable Sir, goodbye.